Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Coleman has completed his 14B recovery court evaluation. He was accepted as of 4 a.m. last night, so we didn't have time to do the plea. If we can have a very short adjournment so we can get that done, that would be great, Your Honor. Thank you.
Shortest I've got is the 31st.
That's okay. Thank you.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned July 31st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you, sir. Court calls case People versus Vincent Lambert. It's Mr. Brown's case. Brown.
Ron Brown, thing on behalf of Lambert. Your Honor, we're requesting adjournment. I filled out the green papers.
What's the purpose of the adjournment?
Additional discovery.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned July 31st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Judge call the case of the People versus Shawn Cotton.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Cotton, who is appearing by Zoom, Your Honor. Mr. Cotton, could you please state your name for the record?
Great. If we could hear you, you need to unmute. Thank you.
Shawn Cotton.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are going to go ahead and set this for a preliminary exam.
All discoveries complete.
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available the 29th.
Your Honor, we'll try our best, and just for the record, I discussed with counsel that Mr. Cotton's offer that was previously extended is hereby rescinded.
Preliminary examination in person will be set July 29th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Court calls the case of the People versus Paris Lester.
Chairman, audition on behalf of Mr. Lester. Say your name for the record.
Paris Lester.
You're requesting an adjournment.
Yes, please, Your Honor. Just to
Probable
continue.
cause conference will be adjourned July 31st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case People versus Curtis Damon.
And Laura Yaki, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Damon. Mr. Damon, could you state your name for the court?
Yes, Curtis Mitchell Damon.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I have been in discussion with the APA. I am asking for one more adjournment to get paperwork of Mr. Damon's progress, completion of inpatient treatment and progress of continuing treatment.
Probable cause conference, August 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Court calls case People versus Anthony Miller.
Chairman, audition on behalf of Mr. Miller. Can you please say your name for the record?
Anthony LaGrelle Miller.
Thank you. You're requesting an adjournment.
Yes, Your Honor, and a chance to address one. Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned July 31st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Your Honor, can I address one, please?
Go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Miller, I believe this is the second PCC, he failed to appear at his last court hearing, but he had been in custody in Wayne at the time. That's why he failed to appear. He was there from September to April, he tells me. So we are going to be asking for either a reduction or a personal recognizance bond. Your Honor, he...
September to April?
Yes.
Sir. Yes, Your Honor.
He has a part-time job. He works at a gas station. He has a sister that he can go to stay with or a friend. But the only reason he failed to appear is because of that, and he will make us all his future court hearing.
And how did he come back into custody?
A warrant that was picked up from released from Oakland County. I was released from Oakland County, and then
This warrant was out.
right, they didn't pick me up. They released me, and then they picked me up and
So when were you released from Oakland County?
You told me September to April?
No, I was released from Wayne County, but I was picked up on a warrant in Oakland County after doing my 9 months from Wayne County. So I was picked up on a warrant from Oakland County 3 days prior to arriving here. And Washtenaw County did, when I was released from Oakland County, Washtenaw County didn't come to travel to get me, and they released me from Oakland County. And then I went to Wyandotte, and then my officer was taking giving me a lift, and he asked for my, I gave him my name. He said, "Oh, you have to take care of Warren in Washtenaw County." So he was giving me a lift. I asked him for a ride because I wasn't hiding anything. So he said it was protocol to get the name, so I gave my name. I wasn't hiding anything. He said, "Well, you have a warrant."
You didn't turn yourself in,
Okay.
I guess is my point,
Yeah.
right? You came into contact with the police. They told you had a warrant. They told you had a warrant. What'd you do?
Turn
Did
yourself
they
in.
take you into custody at that point?
Yeah,
They took you into custody, and that's how you got here.
right.
Okay.
But the reason I failed to come to report to court because I was in from September, but I understand what you're saying. So,
What do you understand I'm saying?
because I felt after being released, I didn't.
You should have come down here and taken care of your warrant
Well,
because you knew you didn't appear.
no, because I failed to repair because I was in custody. But
Once you were released, you didn't turn yourself in
Right,
after, even though you had a warrant?
right.
You knew you had it.
I didn't turn myself in, so, but I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I will report I'm not a threat to
Are you on probation anywhere else?
Wayne County.
You're still on probation in Wayne?
Yeah, from the release of my 9 months that I did,
And what's going on in Oakland County?
nothing.
What's different?
Everything, they ran it concurrent. They ran my sentence concurrent with Wayne County for the 9 months that I did. But as I said, I'm no threat to society and to humanity. And and I will make my court appointments. I'm not trying to avoid the law or my responsibility. It was just that the hindrance was because I was in custody, but I feel myself.
Right, but then when you weren't in custody, you didn't come down here.
Your Honor, if I may add,
I'm not-
having court cases in 3 different counties is likely a lot.
Yeah, that's why you maybe should confine your criminal activity to one place.
Alleged criminal activity, Your Honor.
Well, they're not alleged anymore.
Your Honor, if you give him one more chance,
Yeah, I know.
please.
I would ask you, can we follow on the personal bond that
Personal narcotics.
that I had. I will make all my court appointments. I'm not going to try to avoid it to come up in front of you again and say, well,
And he will contact us if he's confused or has a lot of court dates out of a lot of different counties. He will.
Where's he
contact us.
living?
He has a sister, he has a friend in Detroit that he could stay with, or his sister at I don't know how to say that. Wind up.
19783,
You don't
still
say that.
Detroit, Michigan.
And how do I know he can stay there?
Well, my probation officer, that's where
That was it. Go ahead.
my probation that's where my probation is located in Detroit, Michigan. So
How do you know that he could stay with his sister?
that's where my probation is.
Sure,
Was that the question?
it was.
Have you talked to your sister and she's allowing you to stay there?
Well, I would need some indication as to exactly where he's staying before I'm going to even consider a release. So at this time, motion for bond reduction is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
ChatGPT G Noy, that hearing had a little bit of everything. Let's start with the easy stuff. Mr. Coleman's case came up first. His attorney reported that he had just completed a recovery court evaluation and was officially accepted as of 4 a.m. the night before. Since that didn't leave quite enough time for a plea to be entered, the court agreed to a short adjournment to July 31st. Straightforward, well-managed, and judge kept it moving. Then came Vincent Lambert with a request for additional discovery. Again, routine conference pushed to the 31st and bond to continue. But then we started getting into the more colorful territory, starting with Shawn Cotton. He appeared via Zoom, and after a brief moment of, "Can you hear me now?" he confirmed his name, and his defense requested to proceed to preliminary exam. Interestingly, the prosecutor made a point to note on the record that a prior offer had now been rescinded, something worth flagging for anyone following this case. The court scheduled his exam for July 29th before Judge Washington. Paris Lester's case was quick, just a simple request for adjournment, and the court granted it for March 31st, though that sounds like a typo. Likely meant August 7th based. On other cases, Mr. Curtis Damon's matter came next, with defense requesting one last adjournment to finalize paperwork from inpatient treatment. No objections there. Another clean adjournment? Then came the showstopper, Mr. Anthony Miller. This one had layers. Defense asked not only for an adjournment but also to revisit bond. Mr. Miller hadn't appeared at a prior hearing, but he explained he was in custody in Wayne County from September to April, then picked up on a separate warrant in Oakland County. His narrative got a bit tangled, as he tried to explain the timing of his custody and transfers, and how he never tried to avoid anything, he just got caught in the system. His defense attorney tried to clarify and smooth over the mess, but the court wasn't exactly convinced. Judge gave him the floor, and Mr. Miller, for his part, launched into a sincere, if occasionally rambling, appeal. He repeatedly threw himself on the mercy of the court, emphasized his willingness to comply, and said, "I'm not a threat to humanity," a line that hit somewhere between poetic and desperate. The court wasn't unsympathetic, but there was a sticking point. Once released, Mr. Miller didn't come down to take care of the outstanding warrant. The judge pointed out pretty directly that having court dates in 3 counties is a lot. And then, without missing a beat, added, "Maybe you should confine your criminal activity to one place." Deadpan delivery, classic courtroom wit. Despite heartfelt pleas and defense counsel's assurance that he'd get support with scheduling, the judge wasn't ready to budge without a confirmed address for Mr. Miller. So for now, bond modification was denied. All in all, the courtroom atmosphere stayed respectful, but it definitely saw some tension and a few comedic beats. A couple of the hearings were sleepy, others were tangled in real-world logistics, and one came with a bit of a mic drop. Another day in court, and no shortage of teachable moments. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone.